Hello students, good morning. That day we discuss the various aspects of globalization and the Indian economy. Even we also discuss why MNCs, that is multinational corporation or multinational companies, which are so big in wealth, power, which can influence the government policies in different countries where they want to expand their business activities. Okay, so these MNCs or these multinational corporations, why they set up their production units jointly? Okay, because they provide additional money to the local companies for buying up new machines and many other things. And second, where they set up joint production units is that sometimes the MNCs bring the latest technology for the faster production. These are twofold benefits that MNCs set up their productions jointly. Okay, so in different ways we have discussed the globalization pattern and what is the globalization, how MNCs play an immense role in the facilitating the globalization process, and how MNCs influence the government policies, how MNCs determine the power, quality, market system and many other things in different ways, and expand the businesses not only within 2-3 countries in the world, but approximately 60 to 80% countries in the world. Many MNCs are spreading and they are producing their various goods and services, and which are being sold at the global level, at the international level. Even on that day, I cite a few examples to get clear idea about how MNCs are spreading their productions, which have been integration of production units of different countries, such as Ford Motor Company that we have discussed. Okay, Ford Motor Company is an American MNC which set up its important center in Chennai. Okay, and this Chennai center is now become the main components of Ford Motor Company, and the vehicles or the automobiles which are manufactured in Chennai center by the Ford Motor Company are transported or are selling at the global level, such as in Brazil, South Africa, okay, Mexico, Canada, and in many other countries. Okay, see how the big MNCs, they control and manage the production more than one nation. So this part we have discussed already. Now today we are going to discuss that in what ways MNCs spread their production. We already discussed what is meant by MNC, what is investment, what is foreign investment, okay, and why MNCs set up their production jointly. But today we are going to explore in what ways, what are the different ways or strategies that MNCs spread their production, and how they connect their production units from one country to another country, how they connect their production units with the one area to the another area, and how they manage to control entire production process of different countries, and their manufacturing units are producing globally and their productions are also selling at global level. Okay, so these are various ways that MNCs spread their production. But actually we are going to explore now what are the different strategies that MNCs are applying, okay, in order to expand their business activities and trade all over the world. Because every MNC want to earn huge profit, they wanted to maintain the power. They wanted to maintain the power and they wanted to influence the government decisions, because MNCs not only come to earn profit, but when MNCs set up their largest productions at different places, this also leads to increase, or this also leads to rise in the employment opportunities. Okay, you might be knowing that many unemployed youths in India have got jobs, okay, or work in different MNCs. So in this way, MNCs spend a huge amount of capital and money, okay, in order to expand businesses, and that is why many people who are well educated and skilled, they get easily job in such type of MNCs. Okay, so what are the various ways in to spread their productions at the global level? See, number one, setting up partnership with local companies. See, whenever any MNCs come, for example, if any MNC from France or Britain or Germany comes in India, one way to expand the production is that company can set the partnership, or company can make the partnership with the local company from India and expand the production. The best example that I told you is that the Hero Honda company, the Japanese company, came in India and it set up partnership with the Hero. In the similar way, Suzuki, the Japanese company of India came, Japanese company came in India and set up partnership with the Maruti. And in collaboration with the two MNCs, they are producing the automobiles, vehicles, okay, that is Maruti Suzuki and Hero Honda. So keep in mind, MNCs spread their production jointly, okay, which is known as setting up partnership with local companies. I hope that you have get this idea clear. Second way to spread their production is that using local companies for supply. Suppose if MNC which is coming from other countries in India, which is so big and so powerful in wealth and capital, these company usually what they do, they make 2-3 local companies, okay, for supplying the raw materials and other factors of production. Okay, some local companies are used by the big MNCs for supplying raw materials and other factors of production in order to expand business and trade. Okay, this is one way to expand the production by MNCs. In this way, MNCs can also spread their production at large extent. Okay, and third, by competing closely or buying up local companies. Sometimes, if foreign company comes in India, okay, it wanted to set up its large center, okay, manufacturing center, and there are also some MNCs, big MNCs in India. Okay, so that time MNCs from foreign country, they usually compete with the local MNCs, okay, our country's MNCs, and sometimes if they are not able to compete, or if they think that competing is not one way to expand their production, sometimes they buy up the local companies, means they purchase the local companies, and then they merge that local company with the main company, okay, and expand the business. For example, you might be knowing that one of the steel company from Russia was in very loss. Okay, no industrialist and no businessman wanted to purchase it because it was in very in loss condition. Okay, and after purchasing that steel company, businessman or that industrialist has to invest huge amount of money to bring it in profit. Okay, so therefore nobody was ready to purchase it, but Lakshmi Mittal, you might be knowing the name, NRI, non-resident Indian, he purchased that company, ArcelorMittal, a steel company, okay, and then it brought into the profit. So in this way, sometimes big MNCs, they compete closely with the local companies, or they purchase the local companies and merge with the main company. So keep in mind, dear students, these are 3 ways in which MNCs spread their production. Okay, Vodafone, then Cargill Food. Okay, Cargill Food is a large American company. Okay, which comes in India, came in India and purchased Parag Food. Okay, the edible oil company, and Parag Food then became the largest MNC in India, which produces 5 million pouches daily, edible oil, 5 million pouches of edible oil daily. So Cargill Food purchased Parag Foods, okay, and began spreading their production. So this is one way to expand the business and production. Keep in mind, these are some business strategies. These are some business secrets. Okay, that MNC usually set up partnership with local companies. Okay, up to the time they become enough strong. Second, sometimes they use local companies for supply, okay, to increase their business activities and expand the trade. And third, sometimes they compete closely, or sometimes they buy up, okay, means purchase the local companies and then expand their businesses. Okay, so these are various ways in which MNCs spread their production across the countries. Keep in mind, this question can be asked for 3 marks, so 3 points you have to remember. Next, Kargil food. Kargil food is you have to write the example if it is asked that in what ways MNCs spread their production. Explain with suitable example. That time you have read Kargil foods. Okay, Kargil foods purchase Parak foods, and Parak food is now the MNCs which produces 5 million pouch of edible oil daily. In the similar way, Ford Motor Company, we already discussed. Ford Motor Company is an American company of automobile. Okay, it came in India at Chennai and started its center in 1995. In 1995, it started its center by spending 1,700 crore rupees. And now these Ford Motor Company's branch in Chennai are now manufacturing units and major components of Ford Motor Company in America. Okay. The automobiles or the vehicles which are manufactured in Ford Motor Company center at Chennai are now being exported, okay, or transported to Mexico, to South Africa, okay, Brazil and many European countries. See, in this way, Ford Motor Company is of America. It has set up its center in India, that is Chennai, and after manufacturing vehicles from Chennai center, it began selling its products to the other countries at the global level. So, dear students, I hope that you have understood this particular part in very systematic way, that how MNCs, the big and powerful and various companies in the world, spread their production across the global level. Okay, so this company came in India in 1995 and it set up its production. Actually, this company in beginning period, it started the production in collaboration with the Mahindra and Mahindra. You might know that Indian manufacturing automobile company Mahindra and Mahindra, okay, by making collaboration or by setting up partnership, Ford Motor Company, okay, along with Mahindra and Mahindra began producing jeeps, cars and trucks and etc. Okay, so keep in mind, these are the various ways in which MNCs spread their production. Now let us move towards another part which is also equally important. Okay, foreign trade and integration of markets. What is foreign trade? Okay, you know that in old period, many people, merchants and traders, they were selling their products or various goods and services from one place to another place. But in present day, in present scenario or 21st century, what is happening? That merchants and traders or big MNCs, okay, big MNCs, they are selling their products, goods and services from one country to another country, from one country to another country. And therefore, these selling of goods, commodities and services from one country to another countries and expanding the businesses, okay, by investment is known as foreign trade. Okay, so due to foreign trade, there is integration of markets, because in India, okay, many countries MNCs are coming. See, in India there are MNCs from Germany, there are MNCs from Japan, there are MNCs from England, America, Brazil, Africa, okay, France, UAE, United Arab Emirates, Germany, okay, every country's MNCs are working in India. They have invested their money in Indian business and trade. not only to give profit to India but to earn profit for themselves and to provide employment opportunities for the Indian youths. Okay, that is why in this way when companies are going in different countries and investing their money to expand the business and trade, this is known as foreign trade. Okay, this is called foreign trade. And when companies are going in different countries, German companies are not only coming in India, but German companies are also there in England, France, Japan, America, okay, Africa, etc. In the similar way, England and France companies are also there in India, UAE, then America, Japan, Germany. American companies are also working in different countries. So this foreign trade of different countries by MNCs has led to the development of integration of markets. The markets at the global level are now closely interlinked and it is closely integrated. So market system have been transformed in 21st century. Okay, so due to foreign trade, there is integration of market. Integration of market means what? Market of India is connected to the market of Brazil. Market of India is connected to market of Germany, Japan, France, England. Market of India is connected to USA, that is America, Brazil, South Africa. This is called integration of market. Okay, so this integration of market is now possible only because of foreign trade. So what are the benefits of foreign trade? Okay, if there is foreign trade, then MNCs are investing largest amount of money in our country. Okay, this is called foreign trade. So what benefits do we get by foreign trade? Let us see. Number one, it creates an opportunity for producers to reach beyond domestic markets. Foreign trade creates an opportunity for producers to reach beyond domestic markets. Okay, it means what? Domestic market means local market. Okay, so when foreign companies are coming in India, it means the producers, the actual producers or farmers, they get an opportunity to sell their products or their goods and commodities to the markets, okay, beyond domestic. Okay, they get an opportunity to sell their products at the international market. Okay, the markets, it creates an opportunity for producers to reach beyond domestic markets. Means people or producers from Gadchiroli can sell their products or commodities at Nagpur. Producers in Gadchiroli can sell their products and commodities at Mumbai. Okay, it means what? It creates opportunity for producers to reach beyond domestic market. So this is an opportunity of foreign trade. Second, producers can sell their produce at global level. Even due to MNCs and government policies, producers can also sell their produce directly at the global level and international level. So this is possible only because of foreign trade. Because government allowing many farmers, producers to sell their produce directly to the MNC. Means selling products directly to the MNCs means producers selling their produce to the global level. So this is one opportunity. Third, expanding the choice of goods beyond what is domestically produced. And suppose if there are no products which we like very much are not manufactured in India. Suppose means suppose duster, for example, if I take duster. If duster is not manufactured in India, okay, it is manufacturing in England. Suppose duster is manufactured in England, for example, but people in India or teachers in India or schools in India are needed dusters. Okay, they can keep the choice of dusters whether it is not produced or manufactured in India. Okay, but they can keep choice of dusters to purchase it because it is producing or it is manufacturing in England, USA or Germany. So now due to this globalization and integration of market, it is possible, okay, to keep the choice of duster, okay, which is produced in other countries but not in our countries. It means that the things which we needed are not produced in India but in other countries, still we can keep the choice of such goods and we can ask, okay, after the import of such goods in India, we can purchase that goods and we can consume and can use it. Okay, in this way, expanding the choice of goods beyond what is domestically produced is one of the important benefit of foreign trade. Then fourth one, choice of goods in the market rises. In the market, if there are various goods coming from different countries, the choice of goods again increases, the choice rises. Okay, suppose in the market there are different types of tomatoes. Okay, tomatoes, that is what original tomato, the tomato which is cultivated by the using fertilizers and pesticides. Okay, and the quality, the size. Okay, and all these things matter. Okay, then there are number of number of vegetable vendors. Okay, including tomatoes. Then in this condition, our choice of the goods in the market rises. Okay, suppose there are phones. Currently, the mobile phones. Mobile phones are now manufacturing in number of ways at the international level. So we can, our choice has now increased very much. Okay, we have number of choices which we can purchase the different types of mobiles. Then prices of similar goods in two markets become equal. If the two types of if the goods are similar, then prices of these similar goods, okay, can also become equal in the two different markets because there is foreign trade and integration of market. Then producers in two countries can closely compete with each other. So due to foreign trade and integration of market, producers in two countries, means producers from India, producers from China, they can closely compete with each other, okay, at the international level because market is now integrated. The entire market of countries in the world are now integrated. That is why producers in two countries, producers in many countries can closely compete with each other. The best example in this condition is that Chinese toys in India. You know, during the Holi season, okay, Holi festival in India and other festivals in India, especially Diwali also, okay, many Chinese toys come on the Indian markets. Okay, and when Chinese toys comes in India, the choice of goods rises. Okay, choice of goods in the market rises. And due to cheap price and well design of the Chinese toys are better selling in the Indian market. So every year Chinese toys, okay, when they sell in Indian market, it has replaced 70 to 80% Indian toy makers and toy shopkeepers. So these has various benefits for Indians. There are losses to the Indian manufacturers, and for the Chinese toys they earn huge profit as their designs were well and they were cheap. So due to the integration of market, all these things happen. Okay, so dear students, I hope that you have understood these two particular part well and get the idea clear. Okay, once again you read the lesson and get all these things very clear. Okay, read line by line and understand the concept of globalization and MNC's motive and objectives to expand their businesses. So I hope you have understood all this part well. Thank you.